Everything of value in life comes at a cost, whether it's time, energy, money, or attention. Rarely, if ever, is anything truly free. Yet we often overlook the hidden price of what we pursue, assuming convenience or luck will carry us forward. In this chapter, Nothing Free will uncover the real cost behind every advantage and why understanding these hidden prices is crucial for making smarter choices in life and money. The true cost of advantage. We live in a world that constantly tempts us with the idea of free. Free apps, free trials, free advice, free entertainment, but nothing of value is truly free. Every advantage, every opportunity comes with a cost, sometimes obvious, sometimes hidden. Understanding these costs is essential if you want to make smart decisions with your time, money, and energy. Ignoring them can leave you overextended, unprepared, and frustrated. At its core, the principle is simple. Every choice has trade-offs. When you spend time on one thing, you cannot spend it on another. When you acquire money, you've likely invested effort, skill, or patience to earn it. Even relationships and experiences have costs: emotional investment, attention, or compromise. The key is recognizing these costs before they take you by surprise and deciding whether the investment is worth the return. Consider financial examples. Free credit cards with rewards may seem appealing, but the fine print reveals interest rates, annual fees, or behavioral nudges designed to encourage spending. Free advice or investment tips might cost you dearly if followed blindly, leading to poor outcomes. Even the stock market, often advertised as an accessible route to wealth, comes with opportunity costs and risks that are very real. Understanding what you give up, your time, your attention, your money, is critical before claiming any advantage as free. Time is one of the most underestimated costs. A free online course may teach valuable skills, but the hours you invest are hours you cannot spend elsewhere, on work, family, or rest. Even small distractions, like free notifications or endless scrolling, accumulate unseen costs. People often ignore these hidden taxes on their time, only to realize later that they've traded hours for seemingly free entertainment or convenience. Opportunity cost is another important consideration. When you accept a free offer, you might be giving up an alternative that has higher value. Choosing the free option is not a costless decision. It's a conscious trade-off, even if it doesn't involve money. The ability to weigh these trade-offs is a hallmark of both financial intelligence and life wisdom. Those who fail to consider opportunity costs often overcommit, overconsume, or make choices that conflict with long-term goals. Psychologically, humans are wired to overvalue what seems free. Behavioral economists call this the zero price effect. We are irrationally attracted to things that cost nothing, even when the true cost is hidden. Retailers, tech companies, and marketers exploit this instinct all the time. Free shipping, free trials, or free apps are rarely without consequence. They might capture your attention, collect your data, or encourage spending elsewhere. Recognizing the hidden costs allows you to resist the allure of free and make more deliberate choices. The principle extends to relationships and experiences as well. A favor, advice, or emotional support offered freely may seem costless, but there is always a subtle price: your attention, gratitude, or reciprocal effort. Accepting favors without awareness of these costs can lead to imbalance, obligation, or resentment over time. Likewise, experiences that appear free, like volunteering for exposure or learning opportunities, often require energy and time that could be directed elsewhere and should be evaluated carefully. Understanding that nothing is truly free doesn't mean you avoid every opportunity or become cynical. It means you measure the trade-offs consciously. The most successful individuals and the wealthiest people in the world don't chase every free offer. They assess the real cost, time, effort, attention, and risk, and make decisions aligned with their long-term priorities. This mindset transforms apparent bargains into strategic choices and prevents hidden costs from eroding your progress. The takeaway is clear: everything valuable has a price. Time, money, energy, and attention are finite resources, and every decision about them carries consequences. By recognizing the hidden costs behind advantages that appear free, you can make more informed choices, protect your resources, and focus on what truly matters. Free may be enticing, but real advantage always comes at a price, and understanding that price is the foundation of sustainable success. Opportunity costs you can't ignore. In life and finance, the most dangerous costs are often invisible. We see the dollar signs, the hours, the effort, but what we rarely account for is the cost of the opportunities we forego when we choose one path over another. Economists call this opportunity cost, and it is one of the most powerful principles for understanding why nothing is truly free. Every decision carries a trade-off. Choosing to spend money on a luxury item may feel harmless in the moment, but it comes at the cost of not investing that money, not saving for emergencies, or not pursuing experiences that could provide greater fulfillment. Similarly, devoting time to a free hobby, binge watching a show, or endlessly scrolling social media has a cost. It is time you cannot spend on personal growth, relationships, or work that moves you toward long-term goals. Opportunity cost is hidden, silent, and cumulative, and ignoring it is a common mistake. Consider education as an example. Scholarships and free online courses may seem costless, but time invested in these opportunities is time you could have spent earning income, building practical experience, or developing other skills. Even if the tuition is free, your most valuable resource, your time, has been committed. The real question becomes not, is this free? But, is this the best use of my time and resources compared to other opportunities? Opportunity costs also apply to money. When investors chase a free deal or high return opportunity, they may overlook what else that capital could accomplish. A stock tip may cost nothing up front, but the money tied up could have been diversified, providing safety, growth, and flexibility elsewhere. The hidden cost of choosing one option over another often outweighs the superficial benefit of the so-called free advantage. Even relationships and social obligations carry opportunity costs. A free favor, free advice, or mentorship may seem like no strings attached, but it often demands emotional energy, attention, or reciprocity that could have been allocated elsewhere. Failing to recognize these hidden costs can lead to exhaustion, resentment, and lost time for priorities that truly align with your goals and values. Behavioral economics explains why humans underestimate opportunity costs. We tend to focus on immediate, tangible gains and neglect abstract or long-term trade-offs. Free offers, promotions, or easy conveniences are especially appealing because the brain overvalues immediate reward while underestimating deferred costs. This is why free snacks, free trials, or free apps often result in hidden expenses in the form of time, attention, or behavioral nudges that influence future spending. The principle also applies to personal growth. Every commitment has a trade-off. Volunteering, side projects, side hustles, and hobbies are all valuable, but they consume time and energy that could otherwise be directed to work, family, or other forms of self-investment. By consciously evaluating opportunity costs, you make intentional choices rather than letting default behavior dictate how your time and resources are spent. Understanding opportunity costs changes decision-making profoundly. You stop chasing every free deal, convenience, or shortcut and begin weighing each decision against the alternatives. You consider not just the immediate benefit, but what you are giving up in pursuit of it. This mindset fosters deliberate living, financial intelligence, and resourcefulness. You recognize that every advantage has a hidden price, and that being aware of that price is essential for long-term success. Finally, grasping opportunity cost builds discipline. It teaches you to delay gratification, invest wisely, and focus on what matters most. The most successful people are not those who chase every free opportunity. They are those who understand the full cost of every choice and invest their resources where they provide the highest long-term return. Nothing is truly free, and recognizing that truth is the foundation for both wealth and meaningful life. The lesson is clear: nothing comes without cost, and the most important costs are often unseen. Every choice has an alternative you are giving up, and that trade-off can have lasting consequences. By evaluating opportunity costs carefully, you transform the way you spend time, money, and energy. Free may feel appealing, but real advantage comes from deliberate decisions, informed trade-offs, and conscious investment of your finite resources. Hidden costs in everyday life. Most of the costs we face are obvious. Money spent, hours invested, energy exerted. But the real danger lies in hidden costs, the subtle consequences of decisions that seem free or harmless at first glance. These invisible costs accumulate over time and can quietly erode both wealth and personal fulfillment if we fail to recognize them. Take technology as an example. Many apps, games, and social platforms are free to download. On the surface, they cost nothing, and the immediate benefit, entertainment, connection, or convenience, feels effortless. But beneath the surface, there are hidden costs, attention diverted from more meaningful activities, data collected and monetized, cognitive overload, and even subtle changes in behavior. The price may not show up as a bank statement, but it manifests in lost time, reduced focus, and energy spent chasing the next notification. Even simple conveniences have hidden costs. Free shipping may encourage purchases you wouldn't otherwise make. A no-fee account may quietly come with lower interest rates or higher minimum balances. Free advice or content often comes with marketing motives, biased recommendations, or incomplete information. The lesson is that convenience or zero upfront cost rarely equates to true value. Every decision carries consequences, and many of these costs are hidden, delayed, or intangible. Opportunity costs compound hidden costs. Choosing to invest time, energy, or money in one area automatically subtracts it from others. That seemingly free subscription service might cost you hours of attention each week. That free networking event might mean lost sleep or less time with family. That free course might prevent you from dedicating effort to a paid program that delivers far greater long-term returns. Invisible costs are often cumulative. They start small, but over months and years, they can derail progress toward your larger goals. Behavioral economics teaches us that humans are particularly vulnerable to hidden costs because of cognitive biases. The zero-price effect makes anything free disproportionately attractive. We are drawn to it emotionally, often ignoring the rational evaluation of trade-offs. This instinct is exploited by marketers, tech companies, and even social systems. Recognizing hidden costs requires awareness, reflection, and deliberate evaluation of every decision, not just its immediate appeal. Even relationships come with hidden costs. Emotional investment, time, attention, and energy are finite resources. People often underestimate the effort required to maintain friendships, partnerships, and mentorships. Accepting favors or commitments without considering these costs can leave you overextended, stressed, or misaligned with your priorities. Awareness of hidden costs allows you to set boundaries, prioritize wisely, and invest in relationships that provide mutual benefit and alignment with your evolving goals. The concept also applies to health and personal habits. A free indulgence, skipping a workout, eating convenience foods, or neglecting sleep may not seem costly in the moment, but over time, these small decisions accumulate, resulting in long-term consequences for energy, productivity, and well-being. Recognizing the hidden cost of everyday decisions encourages discipline, consistency, and alignment with long-term objectives. Finance is a particularly instructive arena. People are attracted to free financial advice, zero-fee services, or easy loans without evaluating the hidden costs. Interest rates, penalties, hidden fees, and opportunity costs often dwarf the apparent benefit. Those who succeed financially are the ones who look beyond the surface, carefully analyzing what each opportunity truly costs in time, money, energy, and risk. The lesson is universal: nothing is truly free. Hidden costs exist everywhere, in money, time, energy, relationships, and habits. Ignoring them may feel harmless in the short term, but the cumulative effect can erode both wealth and life satisfaction. By identifying and accounting for hidden costs, you make better decisions, preserve your resources, and focus on choices that provide genuine long-term value. In short, the power isn't in chasing free advantages. It's in understanding the full price of every decision. True freedom and wealth come from conscious trade-offs, deliberate investment of resources, and awareness of the hidden costs that accompany every opportunity. Only then can you avoid the trap of thinking something is free when it is, in fact, silently costing you more than you realize. Paying the true price. Every advantage, every opportunity comes with a cost, sometimes obvious, sometimes invisible. Understanding the true price of what we pursue is essential to making informed decisions, avoiding regret, and building lasting wealth and satisfaction. The moment we treat free as costless, we set ourselves up for unseen consequences. The first principle is that all resources are finite. Time, energy, attention, and money cannot be duplicated. When we allocate one resource to a task, we are simultaneously taking it away from another. Choosing a free opportunity may save money up front, but can cost hours, energy, or focus that could have been better invested elsewhere. Recognizing that nothing is free means measuring not just the apparent cost, but the opportunity cost, what we are giving up in order to gain this advantage. Consider career decisions. An enticing position with a free perk, like tuition reimbursement or a flexible schedule, may seem like an obvious win. Yet it could demand hidden costs, extra hours of work, mental stress, or long commutes. Accepting it without evaluating trade-offs can compromise other goals, family time, personal projects, or long-term career trajectory. Smart decision-making requires understanding these hidden costs and determining whether the net gain aligns with both current and future priorities. Even in personal finance, the principle is critical. Low-interest loans, zero-fee credit cards, or free financial advice all carry implicit costs. There may be hidden penalties, data collection, or behavioral nudges encouraging spending. The savvy individual looks beyond the superficial free label, evaluating whether the benefit truly outweighs what must be given up, be it attention, patience, or long-term security. The concept also extends to personal relationships and commitments. Accepting favors, mentorship, or help may seem costless, but there is almost always a subtle price. Emotional investment, time, and reciprocity are the currency in social exchanges. Ignoring these costs can result in imbalance, exhaustion, or even resentment over time. By consciously accounting for the price of relationships and commitments, we can navigate them intentionally, fostering meaningful, sustainable connections rather than overextending ourselves. Health and personal habits are another domain where nothing is free. Skipping workouts, neglecting sleep, or overindulging in convenience foods may feel harmless, but the hidden costs manifest gradually: fatigue, reduced productivity, and long-term health risks. These costs compound, silently eroding the quality of life. A disciplined, conscious approach to daily habits ensures that short-term gains or perceived conveniences do not undermine long-term well-being. Understanding the true cost of advantages is not about pessimism. It is about clarity and strategic thinking. Those who recognize that nothing is free make more deliberate choices, allocate resources wisely, and avoid traps that compromise long-term goals. Wealth, time, and well-being are maximized not by chasing every free offer, but by carefully evaluating trade-offs, understanding opportunity costs, and investing resources where they deliver the greatest sustained benefit. In essence, every advantage requires payment, sometimes in money, sometimes in time, sometimes in energy, and sometimes in focus. The key is awareness, knowing what each choice costs, comparing it to alternatives, and aligning it with long-term priorities. Free is an illusion. Real value comes from conscious investment, deliberate trade-offs, and attention to the hidden prices we inevitably pay. By internalizing this principle, you gain power over your decisions. You stop being seduced by superficial gains and start asking deeper questions. Is this worth my time, my energy, my focus? What am I giving up to pursue this? And crucially, does this serve the person I want to become? These questions transform the way you approach every opportunity, every commitment, and every pursuit of advantage. Ultimately, freedom, wealth, and success are not found in chasing what appears free. They are earned by understanding costs, embracing trade-offs, and investing wisely in ways that align with your long-term goals. Nothing comes without a price, and mastery comes from knowing what that price truly is, and choosing to pay it consciously, strategically, and deliberately. Every advantage, every opportunity comes with a price: time, energy, attention, or resources. Nothing is truly free, and understanding the hidden costs behind our choices is essential for lasting success. In the next chapter, you and me will explore how relationships, collaboration, and mutual support shape both our financial and personal lives, and why no one truly succeeds alone.